Hi, my name is Brianne. What's your name?
I'm Senator Jim Beall.
And what is your job?
Well, I'm a state senator and I vote on legislation in Sacramento. That's what I do.
Tell us about your position. What do you do specifically?
Well, I review budgets and I review legislation proposals. A lot of programs for San Andreas Regional Center go through our budget process, so that's something I pay a lot of attention to.
And what issues do you care about?
Well, I'm a steadfast advocate for the programs for the developmentally disabled and the Latterman Act. I think the Latterman Act ought to be supported and funded adequately. So I support that program for services for the developmentally disabled.
And what are you currently working on?
Well, we have the budget. We just got the budget, so we're going to look at the budget to see how it impacts the Latterman Act and the services at San Andreas Regional Center. And another issue I'm working on is specifically on housing and homeless. So I'm spending a lot of time on that right now.
Why is it so important to vote?
Well, if you don't vote, you'll get a representative that might not be a good one. So if you want to find a good representative, you have to figure out who that is and then decide to vote for that person. So I think it's very important that everybody votes.
And how long have you been a politician for?
I think I've been a politician for over 30 years, and I've been very involved in as a family member for somebody with developmental disabilities, and I'm very active longer than that in supporting programs for the developmentally disabled.
And what other positions have you held?
I've been the city council in San Jose, county board of supervisors, state assembly, and now I'm a state senator. I'm a senator for California.
Why did you decide to become a senator?
Well, I wanted to work on funding for people that have developmental disabilities, transportation, and housing, and I work especially on mental health and foster youth programs. So I work very hard on all those programs, and I continue to work on those issues.
And how do you become a senator?
Well, a senator represents about 1 million people, and I represent San Jose, Cupertino, Los Gatos, and Saratoga and Campbell. So that's the area I represent. It's about 1 million people live in the district.
Oh my goodness. And what is the difference between a legislator and a lawyer?
Well, a legislator is somebody you elect and you vote to put into office, and you're only in office for a certain number of years, in my case 4 years. I vote on and approve legislation. A lawyer is actually somebody that represents people and fights for the rights of people based on our legislation that we approve. So lawyer actually is a person that represents the person, the individual person.
And how do you work with others who have different political views than yours?
Well, I try to reach compromise, but I also try to convince them, which I've done, to support programs that I believe in. And compromise is important, but also convincing is important also, so you have to work at both.
What does the average workday of a legislator consist of?
Well, I go to work and I work on meetings. I go to committee meetings and vote on issues. I'm in Sacramento, California, and then on Thursdays I come down to San Jose and I spend the rest of the time here, Thursdays and Fridays, and sometimes Saturdays, meeting with people, meeting with all the groups.
So it sounds like you get to travel a lot for your work.
I just go back to Sacramento and come back to San Jose every week. I go up to Sacramento Monday, come back on Thursday, and then I'm in San Jose the rest of the time.
And how does your work affect your family?
They support me because I have a stepson who has developmental disabilities, and they believe that I should be up there fighting for the developmentally disabled. So my family is very supportive, and I've been married 34 years to my wife, and we're strong activists, both of us, so she supports me.
And what is your favorite thing about your job?
I like meeting with people, and I like people that come from my own community to come up and visit me in Sacramento. So please do, when you have a time to do that, to come up and visit me, because I get kind of lonely up there for my people in my neighborhood. So.
And what is your least favorite thing about your job?
Least favorite? Being away from my family in my community. I don't like that. So I'm very happy when I come back to San Jose.
Well, thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Of course.